Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of Viewport PAX West 2018 coverage. I'm one of your hosts, Tristan Jung,
Oh God, you're yelling.
joined by Albert Corsten
That's me.
and Alex Nestor.
Hey there.
Today's Sunday.
Well, I mean, in America.
In America, it is Sunday.
In America, in Seattle specifically.
It's kind of our wrap-up day of sorts, figuring out what are the last games we want to play, what are the stuff that we want to get to interact with before PAX is over.
Interact, yes.
Because we don't go on the last day, which is Monday. So today,
Except for last year.
I mean, that's a different story. But I think this year we kind of spent today individually.
Yeah, for the most part.
We didn't do much together except for something that we'll get into later. But yeah, we kind of let each person go on their own and then figure out what games they want to play. Unfortunately, I was the one taking all the pictures, so I don't have pictures for your guys' games.
Yeah.
So should we just start off with what you did?
Yeah, I'll go first because I only played one game in the morning. And it's a game that's already out.
Nice.
I played Infectinator 3 by Armor Games. It piqued my interest because, well, let's be real here. It piqued my interest because there was a small line first. But also because I played the first Flash game many, many years ago. And it's very fun. And I still like it. And they've done some cool stuff with it. So it's pretty fun. I got to play for like 15 minutes. And I wanted to play what the golf, but there's some kids there that played the demo like 3 times and they didn't know that it was ending every single time and they kept playing it. And who am I, the monster, to tell a 5-year-old kid that he needs to get out of the way?
But they're wrong.
Yeah. So I kept letting him play, but I was like, all right, I gotta bounce. Tried to get in that Torchlight Frontiers. Never got into that line. And then I heard once you get in the line, it's still 2.5 hour wait, so it's a long one. But played some Maple Story too.
Did all your 4
Got
stamps?
some stamps. Got some stamps. Got some loot. Watched a 5-minute video in a mushroom for a stamp.
It's like a stamp and the phone ring thing.
Yep.
The one I was showing off last night.
Yeah. The phone ring. But I got the penguin one.
The
because it's
coveted
cool.
penguin.
Yeah.
Well, why is it coveted?
She lied. I wanted that
Watch
one.
out with that.
Yeah.
Don't knock that over, please. All right. Yeah. That's all I did. Very uneventful morning for me.
Okay, so the first thing I hit up was Darksider 3 by THQ Nordic. It was a pretty decent game, basically a hack and slash kind of game where you just run around. You can dodge attacks. That was really the extent of what I could figure out what you could do in combat. I expect that there is some sort of experience system going on, so you'd probably learn new attacks and other things like that, but in the demo you really were bare bones in terms of what you could do. Basically attack and dodge only. So the demo had you going kind of through this ruined city, and then you would find Envy, one of the deadly 7 sins, and you would just fight him. He was kind of this rat-looking thing. And then, oddly enough, it would just like dump you into the next part of the game, and as far as I could tell, you just kind of walked through it for the next however much time you had left in the demo until it decided you were done. So it was kind of an odd experience, but I don't know, combat seemed decently fun, but I'd like to see a bit more depth to the combat if just kind of pressing square a bunch is the extent of it. But the other game I got to check out was Metal Wolf Chaos XD with Devolver Digital.
Mm-hmm.
And that game was actually quite a bit of fun. It was the Hoover Dam level. So you're just running around shooting a bunch of enemy emplacements, shooting helicopters down as the President of the United States. I've never gotten to play the original Japanese-only Xbox version. But this version, it ran at a very steady frame rate. It definitely had dated graphics. They didn't really try to cover up its graphics with shaders and all that, but it looked decent. It ran very well, and it's a lot of fun, honestly. and there's a lot of speed tech you could do. And I seem to be one of the few people who could actually get through the level in the time allotted. So, go me.
Turn off the journalist mode for this guy.
Exactly. I've seen a speedrun or two, so I knew what the general route was for the level.
Tristan, what'd you do?
Me? I did a bunch of stuff. I have photos.
I like it.
You want some photos?
Yeah.
Boom.
Paint me a pretty picture.
That's me.
Boom.
Now it's
Whoa,
gone.
that's you on the right? Wow, you look a lot different.
I stopped by Indie Mega Booth, as I try to do always, to support the indie developers. And lo and behold, I saw Russian Subway Dogs. The game that Daniel previewed recently.
That's right.
I ran into Miguel. Miguel, I believe. I hope it's Miguel. He gave me his card, and it's in my backpack somewhere. But Spooky Squid Games.
Is that their studio?
Yes.
I like that name.
They made They Bleed Pixels, I believe, before.
That's a good game.
And I ran into one half of Spooky Squid. You know, I chatted with him for a little bit. Talked about art influence, gameplay, basically what Daniel wrote about. Had a good chat, and then I just said thanks for coming. And he said thanks for coming too. That's about it. I mean, I just want to say hi. Walked out to PAX Rising.
Ooh.
Saw Soundfall. Soundfall is kind of a bullet hell Crypt of the Necrodancer mix.
That sounds difficult.
I don't know if you've played Crypt of the Necrodancer, but there's like this kind of thing at the bottom where it visualizes the beat.
Yep.
And all the enemies spawn and shoot according to the beat.
Interesting. Okay.
Very unique. Kind of felt like it was copying Crypt of the Necrodancer a lot, but you know, it had its unique perks, I guess.
Perks or
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get too far into it. I didn't play any hard levels, so it wasn't that bad, but you should check it out if you get the chance.
cool.
That's a V2. Next, I dropped by Devolver.
Ooh.
I think this was after Alex, because I didn't see him there.
Yeah.
I did check the Metal Wolf Chaos booths, and they were both empty, so Alex had
man.
definitely left
They
at
had
that
vacated. They knew that someone beat the level, so they were just like, all right.
point. Yeah. Like, what's
Game's
the point
done.
anymore?
Games,
What's the point?
shut it down.
Yeah. But I did get to play Gato Roboto.
Oh yeah, I was looking at this game
Cat
too.
robot.
I was watching some people play it.
It
Cat
looks
Robot.
It looks like the bubble armor that the Palico and Monster Hunter World can get.
Uh-huh.
The super bubbly one.
Yep.
Kind of looks like that.
I would say it's pretty close.
Or others just wearing power armor from Fallout.
It plays a lot like Metroid in a way. It's black and white. I'm sorry I couldn't get a better picture of the screen. It's very similar to Metroid original. And you're literally just a cat in a mech armor. The demo wasn't that long, but I would love to check it out more when it actually comes out.
Oh, did you play this game?
I did not get to play My Friend Pedro. The line was way too long.
Yeah, there was huge lines for this one.
But I did watch for about 10-15 minutes before leaving, and it looked amazing.
How does the controls work? How does it work? Because like the ricocheting bullets, and does the game automatically do that?
I don't know. Cause,
Were people doing that?
or people were doing that.
Okay, so it probably does it automatically.
There's probably some like spin button, right? Or what do you mean ricocheting? Like how do you?
Remember
make
they were
the
like
bullets
shooting a
ricochet?
thing, and I was like, ding, 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 ding. in
I think
the
that's
trailers.
automatic.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, no one got that good at the game in 15 minutes to do that.
Yeah, but like this feels like the new Hotline Miami for Devolver.
Oh.
Like it looks very, very quick, like fast paced. A lot of shooting, a lot of violence. I mean, look at the banana here. Look at the bottom part.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's got a little.
Don't eat that, kids.
If your banana has blood on it, dude,
Don't eat
don't
that.
eat it. Don't
Throw
put it
it
in your
away.
mouth.
Blood bullets, bananas.
That's all I can say.
I want a plushie of that banana. I bet next year when this game comes out at
Yep.
that booth,
Oh,
you'll
yeah,
be able to
they're
buy
gonna have plush.
banana plushies.
Mm-hmm. Next, Stay.
Stay.
This is actually probably the. So that's what this man is saying over here. Like, this man, he is telling me
Oh, okay.
to
Oh,
stay. You better stay.
Play my game.
No. So this was actually one of the more unique games I've seen at PAX. This was also at Indie Mega Booth. Hear me out. You're playing. Basically, you're chatting with this person. You see this person on the computer here.
Can you zoom in a bit?
Hard
to see.
Yeah, you're chatting with this man who's on his computer, and your
Yeah.
goal is to make sure he doesn't kill himself.
So
Basically,
he stays.
and the game runs in real time.
Oh.
So if you turn off the game and you come back in a few hours, the game will know about that, and the man might start doing random stuff that you don't want him to do.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's one of those games.
It's one of the Animal Crossing type games.
Yeah. I talked to the developer. He said the gameplay experience is roughly 6 to 8 hours, so you can probably play it in one sitting if you really want to. So you don't get hit by the whole real time aspect of it.
Yep.
But he said there's multiple endings.
Ooh, I like that.
There's a bunch of puzzles. Most of the gameplay seems to be just kind of chat IM. So you're just chatting with this person.
Okay.
But there's like puzzle elements in there. There's a bit of horror, a little bit of thriller, and then of course there's a lot of kind of like, you know, the stigma of mental illness.
Yep.
So yeah.
Is it kind of geared toward that? Is it like Celeste had that underlying tone to it? Does this game is it sort of an awareness game too, or?
I think it's slightly awareness. I asked the developer like what were his inspirations for this, and he said it was mostly personal experience.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it looked very interesting. I'm probably gonna reach out to see if we can get a review key. Get this checked out.
Get this checked out.
Get this checked out.
Stay.
It's called stay because you want this person to stay at his computer.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
So he stays safe.
Yeah, stay safe.
Stay safe.
Next,
Whoa.
Party Crashers and
Whoa.
Party Golf. I played a lot of games today, as you
Yeah.
can probably tell.
Yeah. You're all over the place.
Party Golf is the only one I played. Party Crashers had some issues going on when I was there.
Technical things?
Technical issues. But Party Golf is basically, imagine playing like a 2D golf with everyone shooting at the same time. So it's a little bit hectic.
It's kind of like everybody's golf.
Yes, it's kind of like
But
everybody's
it's in
golf.
2D instead of 3D.
Yes.
Okay.
And all the stages are very customizable. You can put like walls that teleport the balls to random places, walls that just drop out the ball, normal walls. It's pretty exciting.
Golf games are in the now.
They are.
Like there's been everybody's golf. There was Golf Story on Switch.
Golf with friends.
Party Golf, Golf with Friends. There was What the Golf.
What the golf?
Like, whoa.
Golf's making a resurgence.
It's
coming
making a
back.
resurgence. Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty interesting. I didn't stay that much because like I wasn't with you guys, so I was just playing with a bunch of randoms, and I was like,
I
alright.
don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I ended up just leaving, going to the booth next door.
Ooh.
Super Retro Maker. What does it sound like?
It sounds like one of them RPG makers.
And
It sounds like Super Mario Maker. And you know why?
okay, close.
Because it is like
this
Super Mario Maker.
Super Retro Maker. Retro Maker.
So imagine Super Mario Maker, but it's set in like a 16-bit era only. There's a lot of off-brand characters, like someone who looks like Mega Man, but it's actually a girl.
Okay.
Mega Woman.
Ultra Woman.
Ultra Superwoman.
Someone who looks like Castlevania's Simon Belmont, but not really.
They don't
Someone
use
who looks like Link from Legend of Zelda, but not really.
Okay.
So there's a lot of off-brand characters that you can play as.
Skirting with disaster.
Yes,
On the IP
Yeah.
usage.
I don't think I have a good picture. I don't have a picture, but the game runs actually really, really well.
Is it on PS4? What?
It's kind of PS4, Steam, Xbox. The Maker UI is really easy to use. They had a demo set up of a custom level that the developers made. It was a lot of fun. I think one of the downsides of Super Mario Maker is that you only play as Mario, roughly, and there's only a set amount of upgrades you can get. But here, when you play as Mega Man, you get like 5 or 6 different Mega Man weapons.
Mhm.
When you play as this Castlevania character, you get axes, you get whips. For Link, you get all the different boomerangs and swords and all that. So,
Yeah.
and you can start mixing and matching all these.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of room for kind of creativity.
Yeah.
And like I said, the UI is really easy to use. I would say that there's more functionality in the customization. They had AND gates, OR gates, sinusoidal, wave, it was pretty intense. So shout out to 2 devs I got to talk to today. They did a great job of explaining it to me. I gave them some feedback, but we should probably check this out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. What platforms is this game being made for?
PS4, Steam, Xbox.
Oh, sweet PC.
Yeah.
Do I need to be creative, or can I just play people's levels?
The game also comes with I believe they said 80 to 90 levels.
Oh, but I'm assuming it's gonna be online. Like you can play everyone's levels, right?
Yeah, it'll be like Super Mario Maker basically.
Yeah.
So, Super Retro Maker. There you go. And then I took a couple steps. This looks familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Shift Quantum.
I recognize that game.
They were at PAX 10. One of the PAX 10 winners, Alex, previewed the game a couple months ago. I think it was back in June or May. Maybe May.
Yeah, around that time, right?
I talked to the developer there. He was like super happy to see me. He was super thankful of your article. We chatted for a little bit. He was kind of telling me about the new content update that's about to hit.
Yeah, sweet.
With lasers and flamethrowers.
Oh, nice.
Oh, everyone loves
Content,
lasers
yeah.
and flamethrowers.
And he was gracious enough to kind of give us another game key. I don't know.
We're gonna give that one away.
We should probably give that one.
We're giving
one
that
away.
one away.
So
Stay tuned.
be on the lookout for that one. Hopefully that's the last one. No, that was not the last one.
You were busy today.
I was very busy.
You were very
Went through
busy.
every indie
I mean, I
game.
skipped
I don't
lunch.
even know how you got into these games, because I went up there earlier in the day and there were just crowds of people in front of these games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't play this one.
Okay.
Due Process. I believe you guys said you saw it a few years ago as well. Like this was not the first year that Due Process showed up.
I've never heard of this game. Oh, is that the one that?
It looks like Siege.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. There
Okay,
was a
yep.
game that was like that. It was its very pre-alpha stage.
Yep.
Yep.
A couple of years ago, and it didn't even have a name. I think so. Now it has a name.
I apologize, but this game kind of looked like a low fidelity Rainbow Six Siege. To be honest.
Rainbow Six Siege without any of the graphics settings.
And that's what it's supposed to be. It's
Which,
supposed
yeah.
to be like a
Mhm.
quicker version. There's not multiple. Well, I don't. There's no multiple stories to buildings, right? There's just one
Right,
story.
right.
There's
just
no
quick-
lore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Come
Yeah.
on.
There's not really like operators as much.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's
But-
very simple.
At the same time, I can't complain because I really do like the squad-based kind of shooter, where it's more of a tactical kind of setting. So, yeah. I'm excited to see where Due Process takes itself. And hopefully they do well in the future.
We're not a lawyer,
We're not okay.
We're not lawyers.
What are you about to say?
but is breaking into someone's house and murdering them, is that due process?
Um,
I'm.
I assume this is like a Judge Dredd setting where they're just like
Oh,
the judge
there's
jury
no-
and
there's no
execution.
due
There's
process.
no,
Mhm.
Put a no on the.
yeah,
Put the circle and put the X through it.
Yeah.
No due process.
exactly.
I like it.
And
Hire us for marketing. We got you.
best marketing. And I believe this was the last game I looked at. No, there's more.
Is there call within the next 20 minutes?
Call within the next 20
and
minutes.
we'll talk.
We'll double the
We'll
number
double
of
the
games.
number of games you've played.
We'll give you ooblets for absolutely no cost.
You know what? And not only that, if you call right now, we'll give you Shift Quantum
for free.
for free.
I dropped by Ooblets because Steve, one of our writers, is really excited about this game. I want to get him a key or at least talk to the developers. So I went to the booth to check it out. The game is very interesting. I know at E3 they showed it during the PC gaming show.
Yep, they did.
They didn't really show off what it was about, but it looks to be like a very Harvest Moon type of game.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you're growing these kind of like living creatures, and you can put them in dance battles with each other. Yeah,
Keep going. Keep going.
You
Keep going.
you can get haircuts, dye your hair, and you kind of build social links with different people in the
Dang.
town.
This is like everybody's love of mini games.
This is
or
like
mini
6
systems.
genres mixed into one.
Yeah,
all
it
put
was-
into one game.
It was very weird. So I wanted to kind of say hi to the developer to ask what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
But he quickly left after I arrived.
He's like, uh-oh, that guy looks like he's got questions.
yeah.
I better get out of
Yeah.
here.
Um,
I don't know what I'm making.
but they did have a very cute booth.
Oh, that's adorable.
Look at that.
Look at that little beak guy in the back.
Yeah,
The red guy.
This is a red dude.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that guy.
It was a very nice booth.
Look at the mushroom. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
They're also happy, except for the one. I can't tell what exactly.
He's like a
it is.
yeti.
He's Yeti.
It's like
He's
a
a yeti.
little
Like a land yeti,
Yeah.
not a snow yeti.
I think
Uh,
the
a
snow is
spring
still on
yeti.
land.
A warm yeti.
There you go.
Mhm.
But yeah, I believe this was the last booth I went to. Yeah,
I'm
there's-
waiting for like
This
another.
is the dance battle.
I'm waiting for another game to
Do you
come.
see? Pick a dance move to perform.
Dude, Ooblets.
Ooblets.
This is.
I'm gonna email them. I'm
Or
gonna be like, where
or
were
you
we?
can flee the battle.
Yeah, nobody fled when I was
Fleed.
watching.
Flood. Flood.
Oh, JK, there were 2 more.
After this,
Yes.
did you play this one?
Yes, Crystal Crisis. This was at Nicholas.
Okay.
Nicholas started off with, I would say, Cave Story. Then they had Binding of Isaac.
Mhm.
But they've started to expand a lot more. And they're not just a developer anymore. They're a publisher, and they've been kind of utilizing that very well. Crystal Crisis is kind of like an ensemble puzzle game. I don't think I have a better picture. No, I don't. Imagine Puyo Puyo. Have you played Puyo
Yep.
Puyo?
Yep.
Except you can only pop the colors with like a special type of block.
So it's like worse than it's like a hybrid of Tetris and Puyo Puyo.
Yes. So you gotta put all the colors together, but to pop a color,
You gotta like start a reaction.
Yes,
almost,
yes.
Like catalyst.
yes. So you get like a 2-block segment that always comes down, and then they're mostly squares, but sometimes there's a crystal, therefore Crystal Crisis. And when you touch a crystal, it will pop all the colors of the same type.
Okay. That connected to that.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a 1-on-1. I think it supported up to 4 players from what I saw. Looked very interesting. As you can see from the image, Isaac was there. Pixel, I forget the Cave Story main character. Whatever his name is.
Pixel Story main character.
Sure. He was there. And then I turned around, and then I played Blade Strangers, which is basically taking the exact same character list and then making it a fighting game. And
Interesting.
I was not too good at that one, so I just quickly left.
So it's like Isaac and stuff.
Yeah, Isaac's in there.
They're making those. They're franchising those.
They
games.
are.
It's Nintendo's universe
Mhm.
remade.
Yeah. Marvel Cinematic Universe, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Nicholas is here.
Nicholas video game universe.
Yeah. And then I took one last picture with Isaac because I love Binding of Isaac.
I got yelled at. for
Yeah,
that.
you almost touched that guy.
Do not touch.
I did.
Don't touch.
I did touch it, and then I went back because he
Yeah.
said not. to
We
touch
don't want
it.
your oily fingerprints all over Isaac's
Hey, he's-
forehead.
He could use it. All right, what do we got after this?
I actually think this was the last one.
Okay. Thank you.
So after this, we had lunch, and we had our first official interview
Yes.
with Creative Assembly
Creative Assembly. Yes.
about Total War 3 Kingdoms.
Indeed.
I mean, let's not go into details. We're gonna have a separate article
Yeah.
for that. But how was your experience?
So, this is me interviewing. So this is the senior or the
Technical director.
technical director and the community gameplay manager, something like that. And do you have a picture of me like playing the game?
I couldn't because they told me not to take a picture of you, of the screen.
They said you could. They just said not of just only the screen.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I had a picture. No, I did not.
Okay.
I have it in video form. It's on the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot like any other Total War game, as in the basics are still there in terms of the combat. But the coolest thing that they're doing with Three Kingdoms is easily implementing the lore of the Three Kingdoms and sort of the characters and how those characters will influence each other in the game to affect alliances, allegiances, spying, diplomacy, and just all sorts of political intrigue in the game, which will make it a much needed refresher because, in my opinion, I mean, I'm not like a super advanced Total War player, but agents are just used to spam and just things like breaking down, demolishing things in cities and slowing down enemy unit, and they're just sort of a drag, to be honest. Like the AI just spam agents at you, and for yourself, it's sort of kind of boring to have to do those actions over and over again. So just adding some life into that. The combat is the game got a pretty big graphical upgrade in terms of like FXAA and what is it? The depth of field. So like things far away are kind of blurry-ish and things like that. So the cutscenes look really nice. And then the game map, they did like a little flyover, and it looks like a... How would you describe it, Tristan?
They were huge. I think that's what I was... That's all I was thinking.
No, like the campaign flyover map. He used that term. I forget what he used to describe it, and I agreed. It was like, not cartoony, but...
Stylistic?
Stylistic, yeah. I guess that's a good way to put it. But the combat is much different in terms of the advanced features and tactics. So one of the coolest things that I found was in Total War, archers, well, there's an exception in Warhammer 2, but for the most part, archers have kind of been, if they get attacked by anything in melee combat, they're dead. But there's this advanced, heavy spear archer combo unit that has bows, and then they have a special formation where half of them go in the front, and it's one unit, and they act as a spear wall, and then the second half of the unit behind uses normal bows. So it's like a ranged firing.
So you can stop like a cavalry charge.
Yeah, that can protect itself. And I was talking, and I was like, so it's, yeah, and I'm like, normally you just have to babysit your archers so much. It's like, this time, kind of leave them on their own a little bit. And then the biggest thing is the introduction of commanders and sort of, what was the word? It was like I thought I was trying to say like regiments, but it was like
retinue.
What?
Retinue?
Retinues, yes.
Yes.
I don't know what a retinue is.
Oh. Those are like the units that are a part of his overall command.
Okay, so yeah, there's this new retinue concept where you can pair 3 commanders together, and they can all have up to 8 units in their retinue, and they fight in combat together. And every commander can have either buffs on the entire army or special buffs for just his retinue. So you might have a commander who specializes in spearmen. So you pair spearmen with him, and his retinue of spearmen will be stronger than normal. And then there's the really awesome mechanic called duels, and essentially you can challenge an enemy commander to a duel and fight, and it's not like forced in any way. You can reject duels. There's no... Because, I mean, a duel...
Sir, would you like to duel?
No, not too bad. You're forced to duel me. And so duels are really cool. They're really risky, but they're really cool in that if you lose them, your opponent gets a big buff to all of his units, and your units all suffer pretty much a huge morale penalty.
Okay.
And then, but if you win, obviously you get the big buff, and he gets the big morale penalty. And it's crazy. It's like 100% attack, melee damage, defense, and like charge defense for like 180 seconds. So it was an ambush battle, and my troops were spread pretty thin because I only had about six groups of units and 2 groups of cavalry, and they were doing a lot of like my units versus 2 of their units, and their units were a little weaker. I had some medium sword infantry, and his were like light sword infantry, but I felt like I was getting crushed, and then I realized on the edge there was a duel going on between my pretty high level general and his pretty low level general, and my guy won. And I was like, oh man, what am I doing? Like, all my units are tangled up, all my cavalry are like running away because he has even extra units that are like chasing after my cavalry. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? And then all of a sudden, I'm just watching, and like my units start winning really badly in the fights because of that huge buff, and it was pretty cool just to see sort of the gameplay strategy change from that aspect, and then especially the animations on the duels are pretty cool. I couldn't watch too much because things are dying around.
Units doing things. Yeah.
But then there's some really cool abilities. Like there's like 3 levels of types of commanders. So there's a purely strategical commander that can kind of go around with your retinues, and they have
tactician, right?
Yeah, tactician, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then the other one was tactician was the second one.
Okay.
And then that was Cao Cao's daughter was a tactician, and then there's a sentinel, which is sort of like a heavy duty combat only focused retinue commander, and the normal commanders, the strategic ones, he had an ability where all the units in a radius for 30 seconds had plus 900% charge defense. And I don't know if that's because he was really high level, because they made the generals for the demo on your aspect really strong. But I was joking with the guy. I was like, I've never seen a Total War game, and there's a buff that's plus 900% to anything. What do we got?
Garen B3 asks, "Hey, do you guys know Imagine Dragons?"
We do.
We do.
We do.
Thanks for the question. Go on.
And yeah, I forgot where I was at. Oh, the buffs are really cool. Cool abilities. I sniped the general off a horse, which was cool. The main general I had also had this crazy AoE like black swamp attack thing. I don't know how to describe it. Super AoE damage.
The black magic.
The black magic. What do we got?
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. It's a really I think it's going to be a really good game, especially a great return back to historical series, and especially for those who've been sort of missing, who like love the where Warhammer was going and kind of don't want to go away from that fantasy realm a little bit. I mean, there's no magic in this game, but just sort of the historical fiction that the Three Kingdoms brings. They've kind of incorporated a lot of lessons, it feels, from Warhammer into this game, which gives it sort of a nice hybrid vibe.
Yep.
And I can't wait to see sort of how they're gonna. We didn't get to see any sort of campaign management or province management or how any of that works on the overworld. So it'll be interesting to see when they show that, sort of how they've changed that around a little more.
Yep.
But yeah, just thanks to Sega for setting this up with us and giving us a nice deep dive and kind of pick the brains of their devs and see where this game is going.
Yeah, it was a good interview. Look out for the full article soon, I guess, at some point.
Yeah, we might have to. We're gonna have to edit the interview a little. I mean, we were interviewing while playing the game for a certain portion, so there's portions of dead silence where I'm just playing the game and they're just watching. So we'll have to edit out those. I mean, we could upload it in whole, but
no, we'll have to transcribe out the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll mainly just transcribe it. So,
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just got to sit there and like watch Albert play, because I am awfully bad at Total War, and Albert let them know of that as well.
I did. They asked her, like, do you want to play the hard mode or the normal mode? And I felt kind of guilty because I was like, I don't want to play the normal mode. They're like, how long have you played Total War? I was like, I've played Total War since Row 1. And they're like, oh, you're blah, 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 pretty good. And I was like, I'm not like crazy good. But then when I was losing in the battle, I felt some judgment on there. I'm like, this guy says he's good at this. This guy's losing really bad.
I was getting nervous for you.
Yeah, I was like, they put me in. Ambush battles are the hardest battles to win in Total War because you're not in formation at all. And also, especially when it comes to things like story battles, like these predefined ones where units can just come out of nowhere where that wouldn't normally happen in a Total War game.
I liked when the community manager was like, hey, you should do this. Hey, you should do that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really take the time to look at every single unit, right?
Yeah.
To like, and I think he even brought up, he's like, yeah, it's a little more advanced than the classic Total War games. Like, I think of like Medieval, where like there's no unit that has like a weird black pool of death attack, and like another unit
all those
who has
active
like
abilities
exactly
just weren't part of the games back
yeah,
then.
like even up to like Shogun 2, it's like you get an ability where you shoot arrows faster for 30 seconds. That's like your crazy ability. But this is a game. Should have looked at the units a little more.
I mean, to be fair, they've been like showing this game off at E3, Gamescom, now here, so I'm sure it's just like second nature to them.
Yeah.
I remember he was like, press I, press shift whatever, like do this, do
Oh,
that.
the I that used to actually show up by default on Warhammer, which was why I was looking for it, but now it's I. So
Got it.
like the unit cards that showed the HP.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It used to
on
just
Okay,
be on
so
the right.
you have to
whenever-
actually bring that up now.
Yeah, it press I,
Okay.
yeah, and it comes out and it shows all your attack values and things like that. So
But yeah, fun times.
fun times.
Let's see what was next. Oh,
that's just the end.
that's the end. So I think after this it was roughly 3? 30? 3?
It was like
A little less
three.
than 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah, we walked around a little bit, but we were pretty tired at this point. I mean, we had to drop by the Fortnite area because what's the point of going to PAX if we're not gonna check out Fortnite, right? So we went to the annex. They basically took over the entire first floor of the annex. Made a mini golf course.
I didn't know I was there. Honestly, I would have played that if I knew it was there.
I didn't even know it was related to Fortnite until you guys told me.
Yeah, I mean it looked pretty generic. They had the battle bus,
More golf.
more golf.
More golf.
Yep.
Maybe Fortnite's just a trend follower now.
Oh shit! Okay,
Yeah.
Wow, we're changing it. Put it on its head.
Yeah.
next year's gonna be all golf games.
All golf
Mhm.
games. Battle
Golf
what you've been
Royale.
waiting for. Royale.
Golf
Royale.
Royale.
100 golfers. It's like a PGA tour, essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100 golfers that earn 1 wins.
but yeah, it was definitely Fortnite because we had a bush lady man, bush person,
Bush living thing.
a person who was a bush, and they would come near us, and I got really worried.
What's going on with that guy on the right? What is that?
He's
Is
just
he keeling over and dying?
he's just bending over a little
He's
bit.
just keeling
This
over.
is stretching for mini golf.
Yeah, don't-
What are you talking about?
Don't
But
worry
yeah,
about it.
This bush just kind of did jigs and walked around, shifting aimlessly. I guess for photo ops.
Just kind of stared at you.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to just
There,
sit
there
down.
were
and play
more
my
moments where it
balloons.
just sat completely idle. I'm not sure.
And it would like shake on purpose, like I'm
Yep.
here, and we're like, we know you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Bush,
Like,
we know you're here.
what
Get
are you-
out.
what are you
You're not
doing?
that well camouflaged. You can't fool us.
Just like in the game.
Yeah, we see your boots. But yeah, I think that wrapped up PAX for us, at least in person. I would say we got a lot more games in this year than a lot of our previous years.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least that's what it feels like to me after today.
Yeah,
I'm like really pooped.
yeah, I'm pooped, man. You're like, yeah, we stopped because we were tired, and I was like, I'm still tired right now.
Yeah. I mean, we're all tired right now, but you know, it's better than being at the convention center. I remember the first year we were there till very, very late. We were like
Oh, yeah.
playing board games, or playing console games, or like.
We basically stayed there until 10 p.m. every single day, and I don't know how we did it.
I mean, honestly, I think back then we didn't even really wait in the lines that much, right?
No.
We didn't wait that long in lines this year either.
I mean, but when we did those years, we sort of waited in one game for a couple hours.
Uh-huh.
If I recall, like, I remember we did like Hob last year, and we did like Gigantic and things like that. But then past like 2 or 3 o'clock, we just kind of like, hey, let's just go play board games and stuff now.
Yep.
And see panels and things like that. So we didn't. I mean, PAX is whatever you want to make it, right? You don't have to play the game. The games are the showcase, but the, tabletop's a huge focus as well, and same with panels and just having a good time with your friends. However you wanna do that.
Sit in a beanbag chair.
Sit in a beanbag
Don't
chair.
plop.
Don't
But do
plop,
not
though.
plop.
Don't plop.
Absolutely not.
No one's gonna get that reference to anything.
Unless you
they
go to
were there.
PAX.
Unless they've been in
Unless
PAX.
they were there.
But why would you watch this if you went to PAX?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
What was your one favorite thing at PAX? Go.
The game or
One favorite game.
it's actually very close. It's actually.
You gotta talk this way.
I'm gonna say mine is gonna actually be a surprise, and it's Artifact. I actually really enjoyed that game, despite never playing Hearthstone or anything like it. It was a lot more enjoyable than I ever thought it could be.
Valve coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Always making good games. All right, runner-up was Artifact, but I will say Smash was my favorite game. It was delectable. The combat's fast. Ganon is awesome. Ridley is awesome. And it looks good. And it's fun. And it's Smash. It's Smash. Let's be real here. It's just Smash. Nothing tops it.
My favorite rhythm doc. No, that's a different game. That DJ controller rhythm game.
Oh, really?
That one was my favorite game.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. I don't know. First of all, I didn't even get to play many of the big games.
That's true. Sorry about that.
So there was not much to go off of. All the games
Your
today.
favorite game you don't even know the name of.
I just know I need a DJ control. I need to buy a turntable.
Turntable.
Yeah.
Touch sensitive turntable.
Touch sensitive turntable. But that was a lot of fun. I mean, I have a soft spot for rhythm games in general. So what am I gonna do? Buy BitConnect.
Buy BitConnect. No,
Yeah.
we
What am I gonna do?
We're not.
Are we past that now?
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You gotta say it like him if you're gonna do it. Otherwise, we won't get the reference.
We are not sponsored by BitConnect.
I don't even think they exist anymore.
Oh, they already ran off with their money.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been PAX West live coverage 2018 from Viewport. This is, I think, our first real live coverage event that we did in person.
In person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we did E3, but that was virtual.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. This has.
Dude, that would kill me. Oh my god.
We may have to do it.
We may die.
Mhm.
We may die, but we may have to do it. There's a lot of content coming. Impressions articles, I believe. Yes, no?
Yes.
Albert's interview with the Total War folks.
Yes.
And maybe a photo dump from me. I took a lot of photos. Maybe just kind of the photos that we took.
Yeah.
We showed off
Touch
here.
them up and yeah. Find out.
Captain's log. I think that's what we called it for SoccerCon.
Yes, that's
Yep.
exactly what we call it.
So yeah, there's still more stuff coming. But as for the more timely stuff, I believe this is the end for now.
Until next year.
Until next year.
Actually, we'll have to see. We don't know where PAX West will be next year. We'll have to see.
Yeah, the convention the convention center it usually takes place is not open next year.
Under construction.
Yes, so we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to our live coverage impressions streams of PAX West 2018. This has been part of Viewport Gaming. What's Viewport Gaming?
Alex.
Viewport Gaming is a part of Viewport
Gaming.
Gaming.com,
We're part of ourselves.
where we host podcasts, reviews, and other features related to video games. Everything you could ever dream of for video games. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Viewport Gaming.
Yeah.
That's about
I
it. You
think
can,
that
stay-
covers- I
find,
think that
tuned
covers about
for
all
the
the
con-
bases.
you can find all our content at viewportgaming.com. I've been one of your hosts, Tristan Jung, joined by Alex Nestor
Till next year, guys.
and Albert Corsten.
Wow.
Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you folks on our website.